Namaste, my dear students of grade 6. How are you? Are you all happy, excited, and ready to begin our class for today? I am too. I'm really happy to welcome you all in our new lesson. So, this is Unit 17. And we are going to deal with some interesting starting in this unit in today's class. So, are you all ready with your necessary materials? Your textbook, your exercise book, pen or pencil? Very good, smart. All of you are ready with your necessary materials. So, before we begin, let us have a little discussion today about something surprising, okay? So what do you see there in the picture? And why are they surprised? Look at your textbook there yourself. So you can see some interesting pictures there. So having looked at these pictures, okay, so you have to say why are they surprised? So let's have a look at the first picture. Isn't it surprising? Have you seen such scene somewhere? I guess not, okay? So why? So why they are surprised then? Okay? Yes, all of you are pretty sure this is funny, okay? What do you see there? Right, you can see a goat on a tree. Have you ever seen goats on a tree, climbing on a tree? Maybe not. Not exactly, okay? So, but here is something surprising, right? You can see, right? A goat is on a tree, so you can tell me the man is surprised to see a goat on a tree, right? That's something surprising thing in this picture. Right? So, yes, the surprising thing in the picture is the goat is on a tree. That is surprising. And let's look at another picture, right? Where do you think these people are? Very good. They are in classroom, right? And what do you see there? Oh, yes, one of the students, okay, he is writing on the board there, and his friends are having, what do you say, a conversation. They are talking each other, and look at, the teacher is looking at the students who is writing on the board, okay? So, what is surprising in this picture? Can you please tell me something interesting about this picture? Very good. You might have guessed. You might have experienced sometimes if somebody new student comes to the, let's say, the classroom, a teacher generally asks to introduce himself or herself. But what happens? Sometimes when teacher asks us question, we become what? Nervous. Okay, we become blank. And the teacher may have asked him to write his name on the board. But unfortunate, what might be the wrong there? Okay, maybe the student, right, he may have forgotten his own name, right? So that may be the case, right? So that, look, these friends are surprised how he forgot his name, right? Or you may guess something different. Maybe this friend, he might have, okay, taught better than what? Teacher, sir, okay? Sometimes what happens? You understand better with your friends. So that he might have given a very nice concept, okay? He might have, okay, written something good idea there on the board. So that friends, they are surprised, okay? So, you can guess, you can tell something surprising looking at this picture. Right. So, yes, this is what you can just suppose the boy forgot to write his name. That might be the case. right? But you can tell something different, right? We have one more picture there, right? What do you see? Right, you can see a boy, right? What is he doing? Right, he's drawing. And what is something surprising that you may not believe, okay? You can't believe. So what is surprising? The surprising thing, the first thing that you can guess is the boy is drawing looking at what? Oh yes, a real apple in front of him. Do you do that? You may, right? So this boy, okay, he is drawing an apple looking at the real apple in front of him. That may be surprising, all right? Generally, we do not do that, okay? We just what? Visualize, okay? We imagine, all right? We think and then we try to sketch, right? We draw the picture, but this boy, he has kept a real and a real apple and then trying to sketch, trying to draw. Maybe he has finished drawing his picture and that may be good or maybe not. So he may be surprised looking his own what? Picture. Okay? So, or something different. You can please guess something different. So he is surprised looking at his picture there. These are, let's say, some of the right pictures that is, okay, surprising. What surprises you? Now, after discussing these pictures given in a textbook, let me show you some of the, yes, feelings, okay? Some of the pictures with feeling. But what you have to do is, you have to describe me the right word, the suitable words to describe the feeling, okay, which you can see in the picture, okay? So, let's have a look at the first one, okay? What you have to do is, you can simply describe the feeling looking at the picture, okay? I've given you here 3 options, all right? These are the possible words, which seems to be a little what? Surprising, okay? So what is there? In the first, let's see, Karma felt of his sister's new phone. Either Karma felt embarrassed, or Karma felt jealous, or he felt reluctant. Can you please guess, all right, what Karma felt looking at his sister's new phone? Yes, come on, my dear students. So, what might be the suitable words, okay? Embarrassed, jealous, or reluctant. Have you guessed? Perfect. I guess you might have guessed correctly. Please, you can make closer guess too, no worry, okay? This is learning. But, second time, next time I ask you, you have to be sure, okay? Right. So, Karma felt. What is your guess? That's perfect. Karma felt, yes, jealous, okay? When sometimes you feel, you see your brother or sister some new clothes, okay, something else, what do you feel? Of course, you feel sometimes jealous, okay? That's right, okay? Karma felt jealous of his sister's new phone. Looking a little surprised, okay? Right, so let's have a look at the second one. What do you see there? Sheila was ... when she saw Justin Bieber in person. Okay, face to face. So, how did Sheila feel? Is she amused? Okay, is she amused? Is she bewildered or thrilled? Okay, so you look at this picture and tell me how Sheila felt. Okay, what Sheila felt when she met Justin Bieber in person. Okay, what is your guess? Okay, please think for a while. Okay, you just look at her expression here, right? And what does this expression show? What do you feel when you see or when you meet somebody, the celebrity or a famous person, okay, face to face. Yes, when you meet in person. All right. So this is the same expression there. So your guess is very good. Sheila was right. Sheila was thrilled when she saw Justin Bieber in person. Okay, very good. That's the right guess that you have made for this picture. Another one is, let's see, who do you see there? Okay, right. They are mother and daughter. Okay, Mrs. Chen felt when her daughter graduated. Yes, look at this picture, right? Her daughter graduated, and how did Mrs. Chen feel? Okay, so frustrated, or awkward, or she felt proud. Can you please guess? You know, when you pass your exam, right? When you are upgraded from grade 5 to grade 6, so how did your parents, how did your, let's say, dad, mom, okay, your father, mother feel? Okay, right. So, very good. Mrs. Chen felt, right. Mrs. Chen felt proud when her daughter graduated, right? Yes, I feel proud. Okay. Yes, you're right. Mrs. Chen felt proud when her daughter graduated from the university. Okay, so proud is the right word there. And look at another picture. Okay, Bob. Okay, so Bob failed to get his hair cut. How did Bob feel? Can you please tell me? Did he feel, okay, amused, astonished, or reluctant? Look at this expression, okay? A kind of, let's say, surprise you can see there, okay? So, Bob felt. Did he feel amused or astonished or reluctant? Okay, this is the new word that helps you, you know, to describe somebody's expression. So, what is your guess? Very good. Bob felt, yes, reluctant. Bob felt reluctant to get his hair cut. Okay? Yes, this expression, please, you remember, okay? A kind of surprise, but that is what we call reluctant. In a similar way, let's go to the another one, okay? So, what do you see there? Yes, Tom was, okay? You can see here, Tom was embarrassed, jealous, reluctant about the strange object in the sky, okay? Yes, you can see 3 words there. So what about Tom? Is he embarrassed here? This expression, is it embarrassed? Is it jealous or reluctant? What do you think? What is your guess there? Is looking far away, you know, in the sky, right? Maybe the shape of the cloud in the sky, right? You might have experienced sometimes the moving shape of the cloud in the sky, okay? So Tom was, yes, what is your guess? Perfect. You might have guessed correctly, okay? So the right word is Tom was reluctant about the strange object in the sky. Yes, my dear students, you have learned some new vocabulary to describe, you know, the feelings, okay? This is, let's say, a kind of surprise, okay? How do we express, let's say, the different kinds of feelings, okay? Jealous, right? Reluctant, right? Or sometimes proud, okay? Yes, sometimes embarrassed as well, okay? Jealous with some things. So this is what we learned, you know, we discussed some ideas about describing feeling. Okay, I do hope you enjoyed it. So now you can guess what we are going to discuss in our class today. Of course, all right, we are learning to describe something surprise which you can't believe easily, okay? If so, let's have a look at a short video, okay? Are you interested? Yes, me too, right? Let's have a look, a very interesting video, and then we'll talk it later. Okay. Yes.
Hello, George. Mr. Biggs will see you in a couple of minutes.
Thank you. Just tell him I'm outside.
Hello, Mr. Biggs. George is outside now. Okay, I'll ask him to go in now. Please, George, you may go in.
Thank you, Mrs. O'Connor.
You're welcome.
Hello, George. Thank you for coming to see me at my office today.
You're welcome, Mr. Biggs.
So, George, I've looked at your work and I have talked to other people in our company about you.
I see.
Well, we think you're doing a fantastic job.
Really, Mr. Biggs?
So, we'd like to make you a senior manager in the company.
Oh, Mr. Biggs! I thought you were going to... Oh, that's fantastic, Mr. Biggs. Thank you so much. I'm so relieved. I mean, so happy.
Okay, George. I'll arrange a bigger office for you. Let's go out to lunch today. We can discuss the details then.
Yes, of course, Mr. Biggs. Let's do that.
Yes. You got it. Why was George surprised? Okay? He was surprised to be promoted as a what? The manager in the company. Because of his what? Good performance. Right? So, his honesty, right? Yes, of course, his accountability, okay? Yes, his good work. The company, okay, the board of director, they decided to promote him as a manager there. That was really surprising, okay? Yes, my dear students, right, if we do something great, sometimes your parents, if you study very well, they may give you some surprise, okay? They may give you some very nice gift that may surprise you, okay? Very good. Now, what we are going to do is, yes, we are now going to listen and sing a sweet song. So, you and me, we are going to sing together, okay? It's a very nice rhyme there, okay, by William Wordsworth. Okay, he is William Wordsworth, okay? So, a very famous poet, English poet. He has written many poems, stories, essays, right? Yes, in English literature. So today we are going to read one of his best, let's say the rhyme. It is all about, oh yes, surprised by joy. Okay, this rhyme is all about surprised by joy. So let me recite once for you, all right? Then we can listen to the another one, all right? And sing together. You and me, we can practice together. So here, I recite once for, okay, you. And then you can try later. So, surprised by joy, impatient as the wind, I turn to share the transport. Oh, with whom? But thee, long buried in the silent tomb, that spot which no vicissitude can find. Love, faithful love, recalled thee to my mind, but how could I forget thee? Through what power? Even for the least division of an hour, have I been so beguiled as to be built? Yes. So, this is what I just tried to recite it doesn't sound very good, okay, as a rhyme, but you can try your best, okay? You can sing on your own with, let's say, the good, what do you say, the lyrics, right? You can try, right? It doesn't mean you have to sing with this way or that way. You can try your own. So this is very nice, okay? You can find here, surprised. Okay, the speaker is surprised. By what? Joy, okay? Surprised by joy. Impatient as the wind. Look at, there is a, what you can see? The mix, the feelings you can see, right? You can find surprised, okay? And you can find a kind of joy, right? Maybe there is some sorrow too, right? Which you can see impatient as the wind. Surprised by joy, impatient as the wind. I turned to share the transport. I turned to share the transport. Oh, with whom? Okay, I try to remember something. Okay, oh, with whom? But thee, that thee, you understand? What does that thee mean? But you, okay, but thee, you, long buried in the silent tomb. You see, the speaker is trying to remember someone. He's near and dear, his beloved, okay? So here, but you, long buried in the silent tomb. Maybe his beloved, okay? Yeah, his beloved was passed away, right? Long back, and she was buried, and she's taking rest silently in the tomb. You know tomb? Where the dead body is? Yes, kept. That is tomb. That spot which no vicissitude can find. Yes, that place where with, no, nothing, no changes, vicissitudes, okay, vicissitude, no changes can find. There is no changes, all right? Nobody can find that. Here the speaker expressing his feeling, a kind of surprising feeling. Love. What kind of love? Faithful love. Yeah, recalled thee to my mind. Yes, that comes to my mind, that triggers my mind, that reminds me your love, your faithful love. But how could I forget thee? See, but how could I forget you? Through what power? How can I remember you? How can I remind, How can I forget? Okay, through what power? Even for the least division, okay, of an hour. Look at, even for the least division of an hour, 1 hour, maybe, 1 day, maybe 1 month, maybe. It is a very long time, okay, the long duration. Even for the least division of an hour. Have I been so beguiled? Okay, have I been so beguiled as to be blind? See, what do you find there? The speaker, is in depth love, okay, with his beloved. And he's trying to remember that joyful moment that he has spent with his beloved. See, a kind of memory, okay, that the speaker, is trying to express through this beautiful what? Rhymes. Okay, I guess now you try singing all right together. Please, this is your turn, okay? You try to recite, right? But if you want to listen once, okay, I would like to play once again the video of the same rhymes, okay? Would you like to listen? Very good. Let's listen first.
Surprised by Joy by William Wordsworth. Surprised by joy, impatient as the wind, I turned to share the transport. Oh, with whom but thee, long buried in the silent tomb? that spot which no vicissitude can find. Love, faithful love, recalled thee to my mind. But how could I forget thee? Through what power, even for the least division of an hour, have I been so beguiled as to be blind to my most grievous loss? That thought's return was the worst pang that sorrow ever bore, save one only, when I stood forlorn, knowing my heart's best treasure was no more, that neither present time nor years unborn could to my sight that heavenly face restore.
Okay, you heard it. We had this two stanza in our textbook. You got, okay, there, two more stanza. So, you can try reciting, okay, this poem once and guess what does the speaker want to express. What kind of feeling the speaker wants, okay, to express through this poem. Right, you can try reciting this poem. But let's try to now see what are the, let's say, the unfamiliar words that you find there in the poem. Okay, you might have underlined some of the words. So let's see some of the unfamiliar words that you have underlined, okay, that you might have found unfamiliar in the text. So let's see the words like surprised. The poem itself is surprised, okay? Impatient. You can see the word transport, buried, okay, vicissitude, beguiled. So please, can you just guess the meaning of these words as you have, okay, heard or as you have read the poem? Okay, what do you think? The word surprised. Yes. Okay, we discussed different words related to surprise feeling now. All right, yes, in our class. So, surprised. That means, of course, amazed, okay? You got some, let's say, the amazing things and you expressed what? Surprise, okay? Surprised means amazed, wondered, okay? That is surprised. What about impatient? Sometimes, right, we are in a trouble, and at the time we lose our temper sometimes, okay? What is that? Sometimes you become angry, all right? You do not tolerate at that time. What is that? Rish उठ्छ नि कहिलेकाहीँ, right? And at that time you feel what? Impatient, okay? Right. Yes, that means intolerant, okay? You do not, what? Try to tolerate in that difficult situation. That is impatient. Transport is a familiar word, but what do you understand there in the poem? Okay, transport. Okay, that means, yes, if you see in the poem, there is a kind of what? A journey, okay? It was a long journey, right? A long back that the speaker tries to remember his, what do you say? The joyful moment with his beloved, okay? Yeah, you can understand that as journey. And buried means, when somebody dies, okay? And there is a kind of funeral, right? According to culture. And this is what? Yes, it's a covered up. That dead body is covered up, right? Somewhere in a particular place. Okay, grave, that is called grave. That is what? Buried. It's covered up, right? Okay, so buried. And vicissitude means, as I told you, no changes, okay? Nothing can, what do you say, nothing can make any difference, right? That is what you call there. Vicissitude means change, okay? That is what you can find the word in the poem, change. And the another word you have got there is what? Beguiled means, right, attractive, okay? Yes, fascinating, charming, okay? So beguiled is something attractive. So this is what these some of the unfamiliar words you might have underlined while reciting the poem, all right, the rhymes. So with this, I would like now to discuss a little about the summary, okay? Yes, so what did you understand? Please have a look at the meaning that you can find while reciting the poem, okay? What do you see there? Yes, in the poem, the speaker describes a moment of unexpected joy to share it with a loved one who has passed away, died long back, okay? Yes, this sudden realization brings a mix of emotions there, including surprise and sorrow, right? You can find here mixed kinds of feelings, okay? So you can find both, surprise and sorrow. And the speaker reflects on the power of memory, Yes, he realizes the power of memory and, of course, love, and how they can momentarily make one forget the pain of loss. Of course, when he tries to remember, the power of love, of course, he forgets all his pain, sufferings, pida, dukha, sabai birsincha when he tries to remember, the momentary, the joyful moment of his past. The poem captures the complexity of human emotions, especially the relationship between joy and grief. Of course, this is what let's say, the idea that you can find while reciting this poem. Yes, my dear students. So then, what is the theme? All right, you might have guessed. Of course, there is surprise, there is loss, okay? To lose his beloved is a loss, okay? Of course, then he tries to remind that his memory is a very good memory. And then, of course, love, attachment, right? He has a very, good relationship, the death love with his beloved. And he tries to remember, right? And that memory makes him joyful. Right, if so, now let me just highlight you some of the questions based on this last text. What emotion does the speaker experience at the beginning of the poem? Just try to tell me the idea of looking at this stanza, the first stanza, okay? What emotion does the speaker experience? Does he feel happy, okay? Or he feels sorrow at the beginning of the stanza? Surprised by joy means, very good. The speaker experiences joyful moments in the beginning of the poem, right? Excellent. And what about this? To whom does the speaker initially want to share this joy with? Okay, who does he want to share, his joy with? Please, just try to read this stanza and tell me. Look, I turn to share the transport. Oh, with whom? But thee, you. What does that mean? But you, long buried in the silent tomb. Means, you got it. Okay, the speaker wants to share the joy with someone, his beloved, who long buried in the silent tomb. Okay, his beloved. Right. And let's have a look at another question. What phrase does the speaker use to describe the location where the person is buried? Okay, what phrases does the speaker use? Please have a look at here. Okay, what phrase does the speaker use to describe the location? Can you please tell me? What phrases does he use? Look there. But thee, long buried in the silent tomb, that spot which no vicissitude can find. Can you please guess? Perfect. Yeah, the speaker describes it as that spot, that place which no vicissitude can find. This phrase gives it right. The speaker uses this phrase to describe the location where his beloved was buried there. All right. And then what recalls the buried person to the speaker's mind, please? Okay, what does it recall? what comes to his mind? Have you guessed? Perfect. So, love, faithful love, sacho maya. Okay, love, faithful love recalls the buried person to the speaker's mind. Of course, if that love was not a faithful love, he could not remember, with this joyful moment. Okay, yes, these are some of the questions that you have discussed so far from the poem. So, my dear students, let's quickly discuss some of the, let's say, the MCQ questions. Okay, so try to just guess, right, and tell me the right answer. So please, what emotion does the speaker feel at the beginning of the poem? We have already guessed, we have already said this answer. So what emotion? Is it sorrow, is it joy, anger, or fear? Very good. Yes, okay, joy. And tell me now, who does the speaker think of sharing the joy with? Right? Who? Yes. The right answer is a deceased loved one. Okay? Though, the one who passed away very long back. So he wants to share his feeling with her. And then, what does the phrase "long buried in the silent tomb" refer to? What does this phrase mean? Okay? Speaker's childhood, a deceased loved one, a hidden treasure, annual memory. Okay, long buried in the silent tomb means, of course, this is very good. Annual memory, right, that the speaker tries to reflect, flashback. And another one, you see, what recalls the loved one to the speaker's mind? Joyful moment, a photograph, a letter, or a song. What do you think? Very good. Your answer is joyful moment, right? Very good. This is how we have wonderfully made a discussion about the poem, A Joyful Moment by William Wordsworth. So, my dear students, I would like to just tell you, please, you might have some surprising event you have faced in your life. Could you please share your surprising or joyful moments with your friends? Of course, you might have similar kinds of, let's say, the moment that you have experienced, okay? Or something different, okay? But that is memorable. So you can share that kinds of feeling, with your friends and enjoy. Yes, my dear students, we have really discussed this joyful experience of the speakers about his beloved, okay, who passed away long back in our class. We discussed some comprehensive questions answered related to the poem. Now we have almost come to the end of our class, but before I end up my class today, let me just give you a very short assignment. Please have a look at this. What you can do is you can write a short poem or paragraph about a time when you were surprised by a sudden emotion. Who did you want to share it with and why? How did the memory of that person affect your experience? Okay? Yes, you are creative. You are excellent. You have some very wonderful experiences. So you can compose a short poem or a paragraph and share it in your class. Alright, thank you very much for your active participation. Alright, we discussed this wonderful lesson. We'll be meeting you in the next lesson. So please enjoy the day, enjoy the moment. Thank you very much. Namaste. See you. Bye-bye.